Before my garden was destroyed in what felt like an act of war against me during the summer, I had started some plants, some pepper plants, on my back step to put in my little garden at the back of the yard. The garden that I had nurtured with a chicken wire fence and a homemade gate that I made myself out of some 2x2 wire. And I had planted lilies all around it to grow up around the wire, and raspberries running through the wire, and it had turned into quite a little garden since last year. My intent had been to put rocks, to use my pathmate to build a rock garden, as I had seen in the television show from Britain, something about Lark something or other. There was a little garden there surrounded in rocks. But for some reason the garden had to come up. So we removed the garden and put grass. And I never did get to plant my actual plants, starter plants, in the garden. But life continued on for the most part as usual. Just, ignoring and praying and moving forward. And I grew these pepper plants for Chris, who had really, really grown to love food cooked with peppers, out on the back step. It's just with the Zeppelin overhead, we don't seem to get good light no matter where I put them, even in the garden, in all fairness, although I used to get a good garden first when we moved here, when Emma was a baby. And I've added fertilizer, and I've turned over my soil and added mulch and compost. Just seems to be some sort of a light problem back here. But I'm going to move them inside. A few years ago I moved in some exotic plants, and they did well inside, but earwigs had gotten into them and they started to climb out of the plant. So I just put it in a reused Ziploc to see if I can actually get some peppers to grow inside. Maybe we have better light and protection from the overhead Zeppelin, so to speak, inside.